So Farcaster, what's the news? So thanks OX7J for bringing this up. Here's the tweet. How did this blockchain-based social app raise 150 million at a valuation of 1 billion? Investors include Paradigm, previously A16Z, and Han, reporting by CoinDesk. So here's the announcement. The announcement is on Dan Romero's blog. Today we're announcing 150 million raise led by Paradigm. Now, I don't see the billion-dollar valuation here. So let's just take it at face value. According to Lyron, the valuation is $1 billion. And so now we've just got to compare this to other things. There's two ways to do valuation of social networks. And we're going to use the Facebook magic approach. So we're going to do a little bit of math right now. Here's the math. Is that the 150 million is a 15% post-money valuation. However, let's compare this to another deal that was announced by Facebook. Let's get the source. Okay, it's a joint press release between Microsoft and Facebook. This is something we could take at face value. Facebook and Microsoft announced they'll expand their advertising partnership, and Microsoft will take 240 million equity stake at a $15 billion valuation. Okay, that is the headline. And that's the most important thing here. So, important equity math here. Previously, before the Microsoft investment, Facebook's valuation was $1 billion. After Microsoft's investment, the valuation was $15 billion, according to the media, because this number sets the bar for future investment in Facebook. They would love to have a higher number here. The bigger the number here, the better. Previously, it was 1 billion, now it's 15 billion, right? That should help them raise money. We have to parse this sentence to see if we can come to the same conclusion. 240 million, that's a 1.6% valuation, equals 15 billion. However, this sentence has two parts of the sentence. This is the critical thing we got to understand here. Today announced two things. They would expand their partnership and Microsoft takes an equity stake. So Microsoft is not just spending the 240. They're not just getting the 1.6. But actually, Microsoft is receiving this plus advertising. Okay, so this is huge. Now, in 2007, do you think Microsoft Bing was dominant? Do you think they had any chance versus Google? Do you think that they were expecting to beat Google at their own game or any of this stuff? What was the search advertising landscape like in 2007? That was worth something. For example, we know that Microsoft put in billions of dollars into OpenAI. And was it just an equity investment? So in order to understand how Microsoft invested into OpenAI, we need to understand this chart right here. This is the legal structure of OpenAI, the entity structure, and Microsoft is a minority owner. And then later, when Sam Altman was fired and then reinstated, who do you think had a big say in that? Microsoft did, a minority investor who's responsible for all of the money basically coming in here. So it cannot just be said that Microsoft, has a minority position in the equity of the company. Basically, they control the world with this money infusion. They control the future of AI, which is the future of NVIDIA, which is the future of, there's a lot of things at stake here other than just this equity. This is a very strategic investment with a lot of value. Apply that same analysis to Facebook. Microsoft invests the 240 million, and they also receive some advertising relationship. Now, you understand how advertising relationships work, right? Apple gets money from Google to be the exclusive search engine on the iPhone. This is probably an illegal monopoly combination. This is probably anti-competitive. Probably both of them should be getting, huge fines for this. But if you are DuckDuckGo, you are unable to bid on any of the traffic from iPhones because Google just locked up the entire thing. So strategically, economically, yeah, Google's buying search traffic, but anti-competitively and strategically, they're preventing anybody else from getting any search traffic. Here, Microsoft is getting equity investment in Facebook, but they're also locking up an advertising channel that could be very strategic in the future. That's worth something. So the thing that we've learned here is that when you're giving away equity and you're selling equity, a nice thing to do is sell equity, but also to a strategic buyer who will overpay for the equity, but then you'll also give them other tangible benefits, which are worth more than enough to make up for that. This is a great strategy for inflating the value of your company. Oh, of course, don't lie about this in your press release. Just put the numbers out there and then let the people just multiply. In this press release, we've got this number, and that's all that matters. Okay, so are there other numbers? Can we compare this to the number of users? We're looking at like tens of thousands of users on Farcaster. Does that support the valuation? Just on this number alone, I'm not seeing it. Okay, so the experience is nice. We've got tabs up here, trending frames. Wants a Coinbase wallet to interact. The value in the X or Facebook or maybe Farcaster is just huge. Anything that connects money that you can spend and your friends and third-party apps is critical. WeChat took over the entire country. WeChat is larger than the phone itself. Personally, a concern I have is that Apple will shut this down. Apple will shut down all of this commerce happening inside the app without the in-app purchase. Obviously, they want to use crypto, they want to use warps or whatever. And Apple wants their 30% cut. It's a lot easier for Apple to shut down this because Elon's not going to sue them. If you think Epic is suing Apple, as a FU to Apple, imagine what Elon's going to do. Elon has said that the point of X is to be the mega app, the super app, right? That's what that means. Money plus friends plus third-party apps. That's what a super app is. The interface is great. There's enough people on there. Crypto is a small community, so having tens of thousands of people in crypto, if you have the people that matter, that's not bad. It's not millions. And, we have to open this up just like Facebook. Facebook started with a couple colleges, then all the colleges, then the high schools, right? Then it went geographically. That is how you build a network. So if we're starting with crypto people, if everyone's on here, that's great. And if it has apps, if these apps allow you to get into physical events, which is where things spread, if they allow you to do minting, which obviously, gets people money, gets them excited, then I don't know about $1 billion today, but it's definitely worth putting 100 million in at some valuation. I don't know what 100 million worth of work needs to get done, but at least they do have a product already. Why not? We hope it works out. So you can put actions on any post. Some of these things involve types of tokens, different types of tokens. It's cute. It's super cute. I mean, this is exactly, how people should be building this stuff. Monetization is solid, as an annual fee or a one-time fee or something to set up. It's got fees inside the app, and then you can send money around. Looks nice. Congrats to the team. Congrats making this work and getting the funding and pushing and getting it to be sustainable. Big ups for sure.
Yeah, for myself, I just feel like this is completely. Because I agree his point of view, like how VC money goes. Yeah, I really want to hear something your thought on this. Like, yeah, it makes sense. So my question is like, which means any VC they can make it up their valuation, right?
Yeah, they can make any valuation. They can make any terms for the deal. They can publish the 1.5 million. They can publish the 15%, but then they can have all kinds of other deals going on at the same time.
In that case, like, how could we, like, decentralized way, like, how could we to, I don't know, it's like, it sounds to me, for me, like, more it's like a money game. Is there any way could code can solve these issues, like fake valuation? Like,
it's impossible. We're just guessing that happened. Okay, in this scenario, A16Z doesn't want anybody to know about those tokens. For the same amount of money, look like the company's worth more. From Farcaster's perspective, they would rather it look like $1 billion than 300 million because it gives other people FOMO for the next round of investing. Make a self-fulfilling prophecy here. There's two people, there may or may not be a secret between them, and both of them are motivated not to share the secret. In this scenario, there's nothing we can do. But we can just be aware of this. We can be aware of how this happens and just make sure that when we're reporting this, that we always have this caveat in the back of our heads.
I mean, then the suggestion for you, like to some like people who want to start up something in the space, what's your suggestion when they meet like a VC?
Oh, keep this trick in mind. This is good for, B round, C round, D round. But as the money keeps moving around, you want to have valuations going up. Nowadays, if we listen to the All In podcast, they talk about VC and the markets now, there's some down rounds. There's people that invested and they're investing at better terms than their last round. That's very scary for investors. They hate that. They always want to feel like getting in early is good, but now getting in late is good. It's better. So, and they're playing games to hide these facts by making the terms of the deals a little different to hide the fact that they're getting a better deal for the new people. But again, I cannot substantiate any of this. I'm not claiming any of this, but we just need to keep this in mind because $1 billion does seem like a ridiculous number right now.
Yeah.
And there's huge risks. Apple can shut this down. The government can shut this down. We're testing new waters on the way that we're using money. But it's fun. It's fun. And I'm glad they're doing it.
It sounds like fun in pain. Like
risky and fun.
Yeah. I just feel like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because my mind, I just feel like, is there any way to, I don't know, it's like, for me, when I see this space, it's like, yeah, either from the VC side and also from like normal like projects, like, because I've seen too many great like thing going on, like, and I mean both sides basically. I'm still believing some code, like, the code can solve something, but I know the code cannot be solve everything, but at least can able to reduce some sort of area that can reduce something. Is there any like, I don't know, in the future, like is there any smart contract can able to solve this?
Oh yeah, because if we're using tokens, if we're using the public market and we have tokens, then the transactions are transparent. There's no other additional consideration. And it's also easy to solve this too in the real world. That people can they can make statements, they can make public statements, they can say in their press release, we put 150 million in, we received 15% of the equity. The shares that we received or whatever, are the same shares that everybody else gets. We did not receive special voting rights. We did not receive additional consideration for the 150 million. They could just say that in their press release.
Because a lot of things like I saw this from a PR, it's only about how much it raised. Or maybe don't have the motive, but publish a link, on the Chain Explorer, then people can see.
This is the future, man. You have the same press release. If they had published that and they'd linked to it, I would have read it. And this 60 minutes that I spent thinking about this, the conspiracy theory, I could have spent using the product. I think that's the future. That's why we do transparency. Again, and even if they do these things, I'm not just saying they're bad people or that it's bad faith. I'm just saying that it's something I need to look into to understand these numbers. But either way, what do you think about the product?
For me, to be honest, I don't know. It's like I just feel, why should I use another one? Like to use similar functionality on blockchain. For me, I don't need that.
Yeah, it does have the mini apps though.
I don't know if you compare to the WeChat ecosystem, then this is far away from the WeChat. Like
yeah, the WeChat. So on the homepage of WeChat, you can pull down, and you can get the apps on the top.
Do you think the super app will be the way to help in adoption? For me, like why adoption is going so slow? I think most of the people, they don't actually really need that digital side thing.
Maybe one of the things, if this can be an app, that there's enough people on it that other people will create the demand. Farcaster doesn't need to do anything. All they need to do is have a button at the top that allows you to get cars. And then there has to be a car company that says, you know what? I'm just going to use this on top of Farcaster. I'm not going to build this from scratch. That is the critical mass. I'm going to just mint straight on Farcaster and tell all my customers to go to Farcaster. Music, mint music NFTs. So if that's something that they can do, if there's a music player, if you're not raising 150 million, then just build it on top of something like this or something else. Right now, the second best thing, if Farcaster is number one, then number two is using Coinbase Wallet. I don't know, but good chat. Thanks for bringing it up.
Oh, what do you think about the Forbes?
Yeah, I remember Time. Was it Time? Made the Timeless NFT. So these are soul-bound passes curated for you. 1917, I think that's the year that Forbes started. Changemakers shaping the Web3 world. It's a pass. How many people look to Forbes for stuff other than just reading Forbes? Are they going to take this $2 million and have a yacht party?
Did you join the wait list?
Yeah.
Are you planning to apply one? I don't know.
Here are the benefits. So, ticket to go to the Under 30 Summit.
Yeah.
You know, if you were going to buy a ticket to the Under 30 Summit, I don't know, I'm not under 30 anymore. So it's like, am I even allowed to go?
But for me, when I see this, I just feel like it's another like money grab. My friend said like, and luckily I go because my friend gave me the free ticket anyway. But some of people I met, they said they pay like 700. They went there to listen what they talking about. Like what I'm trying to say here, like I don't know. It's like I really want. I don't know, but people love to go there because I think the Forbes they are like old. People think, okay, if I'm getting listed or I'm going there and then able to use that title to to get more better connection. I don't know, networking. I don't know.